morning, everybody. It's the day after Christmas, and you can't see anything, but it's blacked out in the hallway here. But this is the room tour video for 2024, the end of the year. So get ready. Here we go. This is the entertainment room, as you guys can see. We got stuff right down there. I'll show you that. I'm using the gooseneck for my camera, or my phone, to film on. So there you can see the PS5 right over there. You see the autograph that was autographed. That was autographed by Courtney Taylor, who played the voice of Ada Wong in Resident Evil 6 the game, and also Resident Evil Damnation, the animated or CGI movie. So we got some of my Funko Pops. They're in the plastic case, as you guys can tell. Yeah, plastic case. Got a Harley Quinn art print by Steve Bayer. He does a real good job. I got one in here with the Yvonne Craig Batgirl from the 1966 Batman TV series back in the 60s. Which you guys will be seeing. Decided to do this really quick because I do have family coming on over later on in the afternoon. Get this thing knocked out of the way. There's my Miles Morales Spider-Man. There is the Nafobon Mega Man. We got some autographs over here from Halloween 5. Hopefully that focuses. Halloween 5 that is signed by Daniel Harris on the top. Tamara Glenn, who played Samantha Thompson in the film. I think that's what her last name was. Don Shanks, who played Michael Myers. And then right down there you got Robert Kurtzman from KNBFX Studios. And then right below him, which you can barely see, even picks up. Alan Howrath. Let's see if we can get that up there. Alan Howrath, there we are. Right down here. Composer. Of course, we got a Better Off Dead poster. Haven't had anybody sign that yet. And then I got a through the mail autograph years ago from Rachel Lee Cook that's down there. So we got some games. Alright, here's the big picture. Right behind the door we do have this. You don't really see too much unless I shut the door, but my 16 candles. Sorry for the glare of the lamp light in there. I probably could go ahead and turn this light on. Let's see what that looks like. Really quick. Ah, looks better. Okay. 16 candles poster. It's a 24 by 36 inch, 24 by 7 poster of Breakfast Club. Of course, I live in Illinois, so I don't live that far away from where the film locations are at. Of course, that was in an old abandoned school for a Breakfast Club, but now it's the State Police Headquarters. My brother and he took his family to go to the Home Alone filming locations. GoldenEye, one of my favorite Pierce Brosnan, James Bonds. The other one is The World's Not Enough. Then we got an art print of Rainbow Mika and Sakura, which is one of my favorite Street Fighter Alpha characters. And then one of my favorite ex-ladies of all time right here, Psylocke. I wish they would have done her justice in the film. I think Olivia Munn did a great job, but the Fox X-Men movies are a hit and miss for me. I mean, I like the original trilogy, which consists of X-Men 1 from 2000, X-Men United, and X-Men The Last Stand, which a lot of people did not like, but I liked it because you got the OG cast. Then my Wonder Woman A4 Gal Gadot cardboard standee. Here's my sound bar. Trying to sit on the couch here. There's a 55-inch 4K Pioneer TV. Right below it is the PlayStation 5. And then right below that we got the Blu-ray player, and then there's my old laptop. I'm eventually down the road going to get an actual 4K player, even though the PS5 does play 4Ks on it. And then there's my subwoofer for the soundbar, which is pretty cool. Not too much going on down here. I got a plush back there wrapped up, a plush Captain America. I got an old VHS of Scream 1, and then a Silver magazine of X-Men 2 United when it came out, and then a Batgirl figure, which, let me see if I can bring this out so I can show you. Yeah, Batgirl figure right down there. I still got to get a plastic or acrylic display case for that plush back there. Eventually I will one day. I got a little art print when I got a keychain of My Shrinyu from King of Fighters. A really, really cool book of Storm and Black Panther. It's like an origin story, a love story between both of them. And then there's the Pop-Up Parade Chun-Li. That looks like it's picking up pretty good on camera. And then way in the back we got the version 1 of the 1990 Pennywise from It NECA figure back there. Right behind it, which I don't think you guys can really see, but I got a Batgirl Christmas ornament, a metals die cast of the Burnside Batgirl back there, and then Batman Arkham Knight Batgirl and Oracle box set, which I think is pretty cool. And then right here we got Capcom vs SNK2 mug, which has got all the characters. Which has got some of my favorite characters. My Shrinyu, Morgan's on there, as you can see with the wings. Yuri Sakazaki, forgot who that is. King, Chun-Li, Vice, and then Cammy. And then here's my other David Bayer art print of, this is a spitting image, believe it or not, of Yvonne Craig, late Yvonne Craig, who passed away in 2015 as Batgirl from the 1966 Batman TV show from season 3. And then back there we got a Pixel Pals Flash, and then back there I got my copy, which you can barely see. There we are. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the PS2, which my mom had gotten for me for Christmas years ago. So we're gonna start right here. Got some autographs. That is actually, what's her name? I'm trying to think of her name. Deanna Purrazzo. We got Deanna Purrazzo. That was when she was in TNA. That's autograph right there. Then we got an 8x10 of Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow in Iron Man 2. Then we got another female wrestler right there. It is Zaya Brookside. She is now in TNA. Then we have Serena Vincent. Got that autographed. Then I got an 8x10 of Some Kind of Wonderful Cast, which includes Mary Stuart Masterson, Eric Stoltz, and Leah Thompson. Now the Comet mini poster, Freddy vs. Jason. I love that film. I know some people think, oh, it was, you know, done what they did with Jason, but I liked it. You know, I love what's his name's portrayal, King Kirzinger, which I met him. I told him that was one of my favorite portrayals as Jason. Then we got, let's see if I can get the lamp off there. Then we got Jason X. Then we got Friday the 13th, the original from 1980. That is signed by Deborah Hayes, who plays Claudette, one of the victims in the beginning of the film, along with Adrian King, which, you know, you guys know my name here is, you know, Michael, but I go by Oracle on my YouTube channel. Then we got Tom Savini, and I'm hoping to go to Nightmare Week in Chicago because they got Sean Cunningham coming. That's in May, so hopefully I can get him on this if I am able to go, which I'm keep my fingers crossed I can. This is the Holy Grail right here. I mean, these were personalized to me because it is my favorite horror franchise of all time, Friday the 13th. I got almost everybody on here, you know, including both Steve Dash, who had just passed away a couple years ago, then Warrington Gillette, the other Jason, which was he played Jason, the one where he comes through the window after Ginny without the sack on. So you got Marty Kober, you got Bill Randolph, Steve Dash, Lauren Marie Taylor. The newest one on this last year was Harry Manfredini. He was a real blast to me. I'll tell you that, guys. Amy Steele, and I had asked her if she did quotes, so I did that, and that was the moment where he must be out there right now, crying for return, for resurrection. John Furr, who played Paul. You got Russell Todd. Then you got Warrington Gillette. Crazy thing about Warrington Gillette was when I met him, he did the Kane Hodder choke within a selfie, and that's normally what Kane Hodder does, but it's kind of crazy. And then over here I got my Friday the 13th Part 3 poster signed by a couple of cast members. I got Tracy Savage. I'll have to tell you guys a whole story about that when I met her. That was at Days of the Dead Chicago. She actually came in late, almost when the convention was over that Friday night. But really sweet to meet. Steve Miner I met at Flashback Weekend one year. He was already on there. Then we have Larry Zinner, who played Shelley. Then we have the second Jason in Friday the 13th Part 3, which is Mike DeLuna. He played him in 2 scenes. He played him in the hanging scene of the barn where Chris puts the noose around him, and then he plays him when right after Rick gets thrown through the window. He comes through the window after Chris in the living room at Higgins Haven. And then we got David Kadams as Chuck. Now over here you guys can barely see because it's a split poster, but I did get to meet Melanie Kidman, who played Pam. And then right over there in the dark, you guys can barely see it, Deborah Voorhees signed that. And then over here, the late Carol Lucktel, who played Ethel in the film. I'm so glad I met her because I had a mini Part 5 reunion. And I met 3 out of the 5. The other 2 that they had there was Dick Wayland, who played Roy, and then you had Ron Sloan, who played Junior, which was Ethel's son. So, and I got another one of Tracy Savage here because they were supposed to have Derek McKenna from Terror Train, and something happened, and I found out that his passport expired. But I decided, hey, let's go and get another one of Tracy Savage from Friday the 13th Part 3, and I decided to get this one because I love this one. It's one of my favorite 8x10s that I have in my collection here. And then I got a Moonraker mini poster, and then a Clue from 1985, Tim Curry. And I got 2 Back to the Future NECAs up there. I'm not really going to flip those things open because they're so hard to open up, especially when you're with one-handed holding the camera. Then we got the version with him, you know, with the red vest on and stuff like that. I got a ton of Batgirl stuff. I'm not a ton, but a collection of it. I'm a fan. But if I had to look at it, I'm kind of more of a fan of Supergirl these days, as one of my favorite female superheroes, along with like Wonder Woman, Batgirl. I mean, the female trinity is what I call them. And then if you look over here, we got all that stuff. We got Funko Pops down there. We have books. I got some of my movies down there. Spider-Man Ultimate Guide book. Spider-Man is one of my favorite Marvel characters. Then we got some vinyl records on display. April Fool's Day. Maybe one day I'll be able to get that signed by Amy Steele and Deborah Foreman. Then we have, this is one I want to get signed by the cast of Friday the 13th Final Chapter, which by far, this is the only movie in the Friday the 13th franchise I have not met anybody from yet. So that'd be pretty cool to meet somebody. My Street Fighter Alpha vinyl soundtrack. King of Fighters 95 soundtrack. We got a Back to the Future Part 3 poster, and then we got a couple of X-Men stuff right here. An X-Men from 2000 soundtrack. My original X-Men DVD that my mom and my stepfather back in 2000 got me for Christmas back then. Love that film. Then my Mystique die-cast metal figure. And then my X-Men cup, which I got from Suncoast years ago, which is no longer in business. So we got that, and then a couple more Batgirl things. Yeah, I'm a Batgirl. I love the female superheroes. I think they are just as equal as the men. And then here we got this one here, right here. It's pretty cool. A bust is what they call it, if you guys don't know what that is. Yvonne Craig is Batgirl. My Back Future t-shirt. And look up there. There we are. My Funkos. We got a couple of them. These are not in protectors. One of these times I'm going to have one of these signed. The Jason Voorhees I'll have to have signed someday. Got Scarlet from G.I. Joe. We got, you name it. We got the Sorceress from Masters of the Universe. Black Canary back there, if you guys can see that. No, it's not too big with the light. Let me see if I can get the light back on again here. Yeah, there's Black Canary. You can see her a little bit better. And there's some of my books, a little bit of Japanese stuff that I learned a little bit. Haven't done it in a while. And Supergirl from 1984, the film, and the Batman Superman animated films. And then here's WWE Plaque NXT Fallon Henley, which is one of my favorite WWE wrestlers. I don't watch the show, but I watch on YouTube some of the highlights and some of the matches of my favorite wrestlers. And I got this. This is actually a select menu insert that came with the Scream 3 DVD when I first bought my very first DVD. Then we got the Halloween Deluxe Edition box set. The Halloween 4 case was signed by the late great George Wilbur, who played Michael Myers in Halloween 4 and partially in Halloween 6. This Halloween 2 was signed by Nancy Stephens, who played Nurse Marion Chambers. Real sweet to meet, real nice. And then my first ever 4K set, which is Back to the Future trilogy, and that is the Steelbook edition, guys. And I'll show you proof that it is a Steelbook, because if you look at it right here, Steelbook. Of course, I got a Ghostface. This is by Stephen LaRousse Holiday. Got this off of his Etsy store. He has been at conventions that I've gone to. This is what you call the pumpkin Ghostface. It looks so cool. Really cool there. Then I got my vinyl collection. Most of it's the Friday the 13th stuff. I'm missing part 2, which I'm waiting for that to go back into print. I need to get 5 and 6. But I got 1, 3, 4, 7, and 8. I got Mandy Moore, which is one of my favorite musicians. She doesn't do a lot of music too much anymore, but that's her newest album. Then I got the Resident Evil remake game that came out for the GameCube soundtrack. And over here, this is what I got stored in here is the April Fool's Day vinyls. And I got my, believe it or not, my Sam Raimi Spider-Man on DVD. These are the widescreen, full screen editions. And then right behind there's my some of my graphic novels that I got. I'm reading some of the omnibuses on the Kindle app. And then here is the vinyl player. It also plays Wi-Fi, so I got Spotify. So I got Spotify hooked up. All you do is hit that little thing right here, and that which switches to Spotify or Bluetooth of the device on my tablet, and I can play digital music on there, which is pretty cool. Then there's a monitor where I play the video games. Got some cool stuff. Remotes for the TV and the soundbar. Screen keychain. My new keychain that did break. I bought that off of Etsy. And here's some of my movie tickets, which I got X2. I got Resident Evil 1. Electra. And my favorite of all time right here out of my movie ticket collection, Jason X, guys. Look at that. Still got it. Saw that on April 27th of 2002. It was $4 back then, the matinee. Got that. That's the Spider-Man box set for Marvel Spider-Man for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Particularly PlayStation 4, it says on the side of the box there. It's got the statue, and a buddy of mine gave that to me. Spider-Man 3. Then we got the dual analog greatest hits version of Resident Evil Director's Cut. It's not the director's cut that I'm playing on the PlayStation 5 digitally. Then we got Resident Evil Nemesis. My Spider-Man Soup Bowl thing, or Soup Bowl cup thing that was thrown out years ago at a school district where I used to work at. Then my Spider-Man Lite. And yes, I told you I'm a Spider-Man fan, so. Got the old PS2 back there. Got the tin set of Thor, popcorn bowl, and the GameCube Platinum color box. Nothing in there, it's just the box. Put it on display. Down here are my Storm stuff. That is so cool, man. I love the Jim Lee design for her. It is my favorite design, favorite costume, everything. I mean, that's how I was introduced to her on the 90s Fox X-Men TV cartoon series back in the day. And we got an Emma Frost PVC statue. Then we got, it's a little bit beat up the box, but a friend of mine got that for me for my birthday one year. Batgirl Burnside, Batman or Superman Unbound. And then if you need some positives, always think positive. Then here we got posters. It's pretty cool. Mary Jane Watson in the Iron Spider costume. Very, very nice. Fog, signed by Tom Atkins. His is in gold so you can barely see it. And then Adrian Barbeau, which I have been wanting to meet for years. I finally got a chance to meet her. Fortunately, I didn't do the photo, the selfie at the table because it was extra. Then World Is Not Enough. And then my art print of the women's team from King of Fighters. Mashindu King and Yuri Sakazaki. Really, really cool anime style art print right there. Love it. And we got some more autographs up here. Walter Emanuel Jones, the original Black Ranger, who was my favorite Ranger out of the original Power Rangers TV show back in the early 90s. Lady of the Lake figure from Friday the 13th Part 3. This is very, very cool. This is Maud Adams from James Bond Octopussy. They, down the road, Paramount Theater's down the road from me, and they had a James Bond film festival a couple years ago. And she was one of the guests that came there. And that was the one where Richard Kiel was supposed to come, but he fell, broke his, I think his femur or thigh bone, and he ended up dying about a week later. And they replaced him with one of the Bond girls from Diamonds Are Forever. Then we got Monica Keena, another autograph, which you can barely see because she did it in red. We got Robin Lively from Teen Witch and Karate Kid 3, Teen Witch and Karate Kid 3. I chose Teen Witch. Thought it was a really good movie. My very first autograph ever, my very first autograph from a convention, Kane Hodder. Then this was from Streamly. This is Joe Mantor, I think that's how he says his last name. I can't really read because of how he sent the autograph. He played Chris Redfield's voice in Resident Evil remake the game for the Nintendo GameCube. Then over here we got my Friday the 13th Part 1, which is, you know, this is in my top 3 Friday the 13th. I love the first film. Got that off of, you know, SD as well. SD's got some really cool stuff. Batgirl 10. Then the OC company had a private signing with Brad Lord, who played Michael Myers in Halloween Resurrection. That was at a good price. Then my mini Imposter Jason mask from Friday Part 5, A New Beginning. You can look at some of this stuff right here. This is some codes and stuff I wrote down for Down on Crisis, which I'll be playing later on today. Superman belt buckles. Card. Those are cards I got from the Halloween Evil Dead game from Retro Realms. We got some more Funko Pops down here. X-Men related. You guys can see. We got my autograph book. 8x10s. I got mostly the female wrestlers inside there. And this is the stuff that I had when I ordered them. They come in like these plastic protectors. And then here's the, let me see if I can get a light on in here. You guys can actually see it. I don't know if you guys can. So my Friday 13 figures. I got that back in 06. Starting to fall apart a little bit, the plastic. That's why I got taped right there. Part 3. The Final Chapter. Both versions of Part 5, the dream sequence and the imposter Jason, which if you haven't seen the movie, we'll spoil a little bit. I don't know who hasn't seen Friday the 13th, but that's the Roy Jason and the first one over here with the different hockey mask. Then we got the latest one, which is Part 7, and then this one here, the Freddy vs. Jason Ultimate Jason NECA, which I did have signed, and I'll show it to you. I had it signed by King Kurzinger. Remember when I met him, he said he signed a whole bunch of these. Okay. So up here we got Welcome to Cobra Island. It's a good one. Then my Scream, some of my Scream autographs. Jamie Kennedy, who played Randy, he accidentally signed it. He signed it twice because I asked him about putting a quote, but he already put Everybody's a Suspect, and he decided to put one of my favorite quotes in the film right over here. This one is